What's up guys, welcome back to To-Do List Minecraft. This is Jester of None. Let's go check out our to-do list. So, we did a lot last episode, or at least we finished a lot of stuff that takes a lot of work. We got the reactors, and today we're working on our town, and we're doing Fossil Revival. The actually full name of the mod is Archaeology and Fossils Revival. We're making a start on it today. I think the to-do list room was worried about being able to spell the word archaeology, so I only put fossils. So the first thing that we need to do for Dinosaurs and Archaeology Fossil Revival, I'm just going to call it Dinosaurs from now on. Actually, you know what? The name is just Fossils and Archaeology Revival. I don't know why I keep saying Dinosaurs. First thing we need to do is get a bunch of TNT, and because our mob grinder kills a lot of, I think they're called celebration creepers or party creepers. That red guy there. He drops TNT when he dies, so we actually have a decent supply of TNT. Not unlimited, but we also have a ton of gunpowder, so we can make more without much hassle. So we've taken all the TNT that's in there. It's actually not as much as I thought it was, but it'll still do. Before we get to use our TNT, we also need to go and grab a slime block. This will all become clear in a second, the rationale behind this. But, well actually, it'll become clear because I'll just explain it now. I think there's a slime island somewhere around here. I've seen it a couple times. So the reason that we're after a slime block is because I'd like to make a sponge on a stick. I can show you that. Basically you use it to mop up water. It just saves us some time because I want to blow up a hole, basically a really big hole to put our dinosaurs in, kind of like Lost World style. So I need to clear up all the water that's in that area, and it'd just be much faster if I can make a sponge on a stick. Aha! There's our slime island. I've been looking for it for a while. In fact, there's two here. There's the easiest way of getting slime from anywhere nearby. Our house is just that way. I went the wrong direction. I've had to go all the way around here to try and find this, but it's here now. So the bottom of these trees should give us slime. There you go. This should break up into slime blocks. There we go. Slime balls. Then we just need to go back to our house. I'm going to leave this here so that we can use it in future. This was the original site that I'd planned to use for the dinosaurs. It's just not big enough though, and it's also not cool enough. I mean, the volcano is pretty cool, but you know, I'm just not happy with it. So, while I'm on my way to get our wool, we just need one block of wool. In fact, if there's a sheep on the way, I'll just kill that sheep and get the wool. Yeah, the area I'd like to use is this crevasse here, and I'm just going to take the TNT and keep exploding the floor until we get a big enough space. So it's going to be this here. We really need to think of something to do with all this stuff. Like, we've got a ton of leather building up that we don't really need and that we'll never really use for anything. What the hell did I do with that sponge? It was in my inventory a second ago. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, I went back and got some more. So, we just need one slime block, one wool, there's our sponge, and here is our sponge on a stick. Quite a helpful utility tool. Let's go over here. I don't know if it sponges up lava. Oh, it does sponge up lava, but it destroys the stick. Good job we've got an extra slime. Might have to just manually block up the lava. Okay, new sponge. Let's block up this lava first, so we don't have that problem again, because I don't want to have to keep going back and getting more slime. Oops, I'm on fire. I'm using, actually fire doesn't really matter anymore, I forgot. I'm using wood because it just happens to be in my inventory, and this is basically infinite now. I've had our wood farm, tree farm, making a bunch of this stuff, so it's no problem. Now I'm going to litter the floor of this place with TNT. Oh, I should also mention, I'm going to just leave those. I should also mention, the last episode was so long that I cut out a few things we did, just a few small things, because I had to reduce the amount of time it took. So, you didn't actually see me make this ender pouch. I talked about it, but you didn't see me make it. What it is just wool. I think it's wool, ender eyes, or maybe even just ender pearls, and leather. And I made it last episode because I like storing my tools properly. I don't want to have them all in my inventory when I'm not using most of them. So I just made an ender pouch, and basically if I lose this, I can just make another one and have access to our tools. So it also makes dying a little bit less of a hassle. I'm sorry that I had to cut it, but you know, gotta make sacrifices to make things fit into half an hour. Let's blow these and see how it does. I wonder if the explosion will make it all the way. Ah, the water absorbed it. Yeah, this is why I wanted to destroy the water. Alright, water absorbed, but now we've run out of our sponge. That's fine, I'll go make another one in a second. Let's, I'll put more down. There you go. I've kind of gone nuts. But we need this hole to be big and deep, so... Okay, I think that's pretty effective so far. Just put together a bucket, because that way we can handle that lava. I brought some more wool with us as well, so it's not so far to make any more sponges on the sticks. What I want to go for here is basically like, I think I talked about it, I mentioned it, the sort of Land Before, not Land Before Time, it's a different thing. The Lost World? I forgot the name now actually, but you know, underground or at least somewhat submerged dinosaurs is the feeling I'm after. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today, or at least we're going to be starting on that today. We'll also start the dinosaur making stuff, like the process of actually getting the dinosaurs. I'll start that today, but this is mostly going to be the setup, because it's also quite a long process, as all of these mods are. So I won't be able to do all of it in this episode, but we can definitely make a start on some of the most fun bits. But for me, like the place to put them is one of the most interesting things. I mean, I've made the dinosaurs before. It's a lot of fun, but really I want to make them in a way that is new and interesting to me. And hopefully that'll be a way that's fun and interesting to you guys. So, you know, win-win. Okay, that's all of our lava gone, and we picked up a lot more obsidian, which will be helpful. I'm going to go ahead and put more dynamite down, and we'll keep on blowing stuff up. I'm not grabbing any of the resources because there's no point. We get all of this stuff anyway. I might grab some yellowite if we come across it, but that's basically it. I realised I could manually dig this hole out, or I could make a proper ender quarry or something like that to do it. But dynamite seems more fun, and also I don't need the resources, so I don't want to spend the time making a thing just to preserve the resources. Blowing it up is basically the same. I'm going to grab our gunpowder and make a bunch more. And we can just grab sand from here. Probably stand closer. A lot of that sand went into the vacuum hopper. I'm actually going to chuck a lot of crap into the vacuum hopper that we don't need. Oh, one of these has become full of flint. Well, I mean, this is why the vacuum hopper's here. Well, I mean, I'll leave that going, but it is a problem that it's become full of flint, and it's the same thing with this becoming full of Certus quartz. I never actually connected this at the back, and I should do that. Although it looks like it's connected. Oh, it's just full. Yeah, well, we should make barrel upgrades, but this is a good temporary solution. All of these things that pop out will be turned into, well, they'll disappear. Alright, let's make our TNT. The fastest way of doing this is actually just to put all the ingredients in here, and then let this do it for us automatically. 63 perfectly. Oh, actually, it would have been 64 if we processed that one too. Okay, put this back in so that it'll keep on with their stuff. We've got 63 more blocks of TNT. When we run out of both TNT and gunpowder, I'm just going to move on to the other things we're doing, and we'll wait, and we'll just keep expanding this hole every time we have the opportunity. Okay, that's all 63. I'm going to go in and clean this up a little bit. Like, once we've finished doing this, I will go in and make sure that everything looks a bit prettier rather than all jagged edges. Oh, that's not very nice. It didn't continue the explosion. Need to put these closer together, otherwise they're not going to explode properly. Just pick up the stragglers. Okay, that's good progress. Let's get this obsidian. Well, what will be obsidian? Okay, gradual progress. It's looking deeper and deeper. Especially if you look from the top, it's looking quite ominous. But we've only taken it down like one step further. It needs to be all the way to bedrock, and it needs to expand outwards as well as downwards. I'm going to have it like sloped so that it becomes larger at the base, and then there's just this like crack of light coming in. But that'll take a while to do. So I mean, I'm okay for this to take time. Okay, I've stored or chucked everything we don't need. Let's get on to making the machines that we require for fossils and well, for dinosaurs. So the first thing we'll need is an analyzer. I'm going to make actually several analyzers because we have the iron. It won't take me a second to grab all of the bones that we need as well, because mining's pretty fast. I had a few saved, but not as many as we need. So let's go and grab them. I think there's either some in our mining chest, or there is. We can just grab some more from actual digging. There's some bones. We're actually next to the. You can hear it. We're next to the to-do list chamber. There's loads. They're actually pretty easy to find. I've just slept a bit so that I can see better and that you can see better what I'm doing. I hate doing stuff at night, but I get too distracted by what I'm doing to go and sleep to make what I'm doing easier. Minecraft can really catch you up, I think. Also forget to sleep in real life sometimes. That's never good. Okay, from flying around here for a while, we have some of the things we need. I'd like a bit more, but I'd require more mining. Okay, I'm going to go with what we've got for now, and then we'll dig around for some more another time. Well, I'm going to grab any that we see, and there's some in this wall here. I made 4 analyzers and got an achievement, which was very noisy. Do you require power? It doesn't look like it. Nope, doesn't require power. So I'm going to put 4 of these down, and I will shove whatever I can into them. Yeah, I'm mostly getting sand and bone meal out of that. Oh, we must have got a dinosaur. Yeah, we've got a Compsognathus. Okay, Compsognathus DNA. Good. We'll keep grinding those down. Oh, and we must have got a stone tablet. Petrified Pelofruff sapling. Cactus is helpful. Cactus actually will mean that we don't have to go and get cactus to make one of these machines. I think the culture vat requires cactus. Just means we don't have to go and get it ourselves. Only trouble with these is you have to regularly clear them out, otherwise you'll end up with loads of extra stuff. By extra stuff, I mean that you have to clear them out all the time, otherwise it won't process what you've given it, which makes sense. Tiny inventory. Oh, Tyrannosaurus DNA and Velociraptor DNA. Good, we're making good progress. I'm actually more interested in the herbivores for now, because they're more useful for what I want to do with them. I'd like to set up a sort of self-sustaining system, which is just basically what I always want to set up. I think that that has to do with the fact that I don't want to do anything. I'm quite lazy. There is our culture vat. We can put eggs in that. There should be some eggs over here. There's always eggs over here, because you have to feed it DNA to make DNA. So you use the culture vat to process the remains of dinosaurs. Like I can just shove this in here and it'll turn it into an egg. Since we now know that grinding up the plant specimens will bring us cactus, I'm not going to bother making any cactus to make the culture vats. I'm just going to, as cactus comes, I will use it. Wow, this guy takes a lot of eggs. I've got to make a chest for our... I'm going to make a chest for the stuff that comes out of this, because it's going to get it's going to get unmanageable very quickly. There you go. Well, in the end I actually made 12 chests, which is probably a little bit unnecessary. We picked up a bit more cactus from that, so we can make another analyzer, which is great. Not an analyzer, a vat, you know, this thing here. Oh, you destroyed our vat and you became a slime monster. That's really wonderful. Thank you very much. That was our only dinosaur DNA. Get out of here, Phaelosaurus. Oh, actually we got the dinosaur DNA back. That's fine. Bloody slime everywhere. Let's make a new vat, I guess. Okay, we got 2 more in the end, so that's fine. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Put you in there. We got another cactus, so it's not so bad. We just lost one of our efforts. We now have 2 Cosmapagathus DNA, so I'm going to take that. Once we've gotten 2 eggs from something, like 2 dinosaur eggs, we will be able to just breed them from then on. So I guess I'm going to... I'll keep looking for bones for as long as it takes for us to get the 2 dinosaurs. We'll breed the eggs from then on. Stick up some of these stone tablets, I mean, why not? Oh, that's big. This is a description of how to activate the thing on the ships in the Nether. We haven't actually seen any yet, though. Or actually, I might have seen some but forgotten about it. I'll take that down because it looks weird. I was expecting it to be 1 by 1. So while that's going, we're going to do some mining for marble. Marble's really easy to get because we can vein mine it. Like it's got 4 stacks. The more marble we can find, the better. There's actually a lot of it just next to our base. I will block up the holes we make though, just in case they are like avenues for monsters to spawn, and that will kill our. That could kill our farmers. So I want to keep that to a minimum. All this marble is for our town, because while we're waiting, we may as well develop it, because we're waiting on TNT and we're waiting on those to be finished. And while we're mining, we'll also pick up other things that can be used for the dinosaurs. So I built my house in basically the same fashion that I want to build these houses in, apart from that this uses wicker as the roof, because I'm a big fan of the wicker, but I don't want the main town to use that. I want the main town to use either skystone or possibly lapis, painted lapis, but we'll see when we get there. So I've cut down all the fir trees around here, or I will have. Okay, I'm going to plant some of these fir over here. And because the fir is going to be the main wood for our buildings, in the same way, we're going to build in basically the same way we built here and in the small town. But we're going to do it with fir and marble. And then cobblestone will be basically the first floor. We'll see in a second. I've planted all the fir we have. I'm going to sleep as well. Since we have a little bit of fir wood from those first trees we cut down, we can start making our first real house. So we should remain conscious of where we're going to eventually build the roads, so that our buildings are in the right places. Just did some quick landscaping. So I guess the roads are going to be 3 wide. I'll put dirt there as a placeholder. And then it will also have the side of the road, so that makes them 5, because this is the center is 3, but then these blocks at the side, the stairs, make it into 5. This is the width and probably the path as well of our road. So let's put a building probably right here. Maybe a little bit further off. first building's always the hardest because the rest, like the buildings, where the current buildings are, guide you on where you put the rest of the buildings. Without any buildings there, it's really hard to say where everything should go. I think, I'll tell you what, let's start here. We're going to put an inn going around this corner, so all this dirt has to go. Okay, let's just put the framework in. So this is going to be the far left-hand side of the inn. It's going to be a large building, but obviously this is too high. I just wanted to get a sense. Like, I wanted to be able to see it more clearly. It'll go to here, and then it'll turn the corner and come around probably back to here. Okay, I've taken out the floor because it's going to have a different, obviously it's not just going to be a dirt floor. And then let's make sure this is the right height. So I want it to be 3 high. If that's the floor, then this should make it 3 high. And then on the third height, third level, actually from the 4th level, let's make it 4 high then. Because this will be the 2nd floor. It's going to go up like this, another 3 high. And then the same over here. That's not what I'm trying to put down, thank you very much. I ran out of fur. I did say that I wanted to build this out of silver bell actually, and now I think about it, I would prefer fur, which is a shame we spent all that time getting silver bell. I'm still going to use silver bell in some construction, but maybe only for smaller buildings, like old buildings, or thematically old buildings anyway. Not all the buildings will be roughly the same age. Have to eat to keep up our vein mining. So I might actually go and stick these fir saplings into our tree farm, because we've probably got almost, well actually we've definitely got enough, especially if we're not using it for everything we thought we would, we've definitely got enough silver bell now. Let's sort this out first, and then we'll go put the saplings in the right place. Okay, there's the outline of our first building. The roofs of these will go like this. And so that the buildings don't end up looking very top heavy, they're going to, these will be on the same level. We're not going to go out one further to put in the roof area. Okay, there's the framework for what will be our inn. And it's also going to be like the archetype for basically all the other houses in this area. They may differ in some aspects. Like this one will also have a basement because it's on a higher level. Probably will have a basement because it's on a higher level than the other ones. But yeah, basically it'll look like this. The lower level will be cobblestone. The upper level will be marble. The top will be skystone. But we'll see how it all works out because I might change my mind as we're building. So I'm going to fill in the rest of it and then we will come back, probably when I've got a roof. Once we've gone past our little fern forest here, you'll see the completed outline for our house. Well, I wouldn't say completed because there's a hole in the bottom here and there is no interior, but this is the way it'll look. So the skystone slabs here on the top. So if you remember, we flew over to our spawn point in our ship and grabbed a bunch of skystone. This is some of it, not all of it, but we will need to get some more because all buildings, or most buildings, are going to have this pattern. But it's just slabs made to look like stairs. I might have it fold down a little bit, I'm not sure, but this is the start. I'm not certain about how I feel about the limestone down here. We'll see, we'll see. Additionally, I made some other changes over here to our mob farm, or at least to something next to the mob farm. So we need more dynamite, and we need it soon because I'm getting bored of waiting. So what I made was a mob farm specifically for the party creepers, whatever they're called, the celebration creepers. All we need is some coal and we can set it off. So it's down here in this little hole. You'll see in there there's another spawner, a powered spawner, which required us to go to the nether, but we also needed to go to the nether to get some more gas tiers to make a reusable safari net. And then also though we had to make this, the safari net launcher, which basically if you've got a reusable safari net, you can set it to capture or release, and then you can fire the safari net, and that just allows us to pick up the celebration creepers, which you can't usually pick up. It also made it a little bit easier to get out of there. Let's set this off and we'll see how it goes. It should get power pretty quickly and we should start to see our first spawns pretty soon. I didn't want to give them any chance of seeing us, so we've got some reinforced dark glass here, but everything else is just bricked up. Because if they fire at us, it'll destroy everything around here, which is bad. Power's going in, but now I think about it, this is probably far too few power generators. I'm going to fix this issue, put maybe like 2 or 3 more down. We still have loads left over from our old system. So I'm going to put a couple more down and then we'll see how that affects it. Okay, so I mean, I've changed things up a little bit. We are getting them spawning now. They are not spawning as regularly as I'd like, but we are definitely getting them in. The problem is that these, even 4, do not produce enough power to regularly generate a super creeper, which is what this guy is, because of course I got him from here. So he's a super creeper too. We might actually in the end still have to rely on this. It's not a wonderful system though. We've got 17 TNT here. So I'm an idiot. I completely forgot that our system actually produces gunpowder. So let's just grab all of this amazing amount of gunpowder and let's just make all this into TNT. I can't believe I forgot about that. I'm going to go ahead and use our windmill to put it together. I can't believe we didn't think of this sooner. It's so much easier. That is a ton of TNT. I'm going to keep making as many stacks as we can, but hopefully now we should be able to basically cut to when we're finished with blowing up the canyon. Okay, there is actually our max. We actually just run out of gunpowder, which is fine. Yeah, to make these... So if we did want to upgrade the barrels and get rid of this problem with our system, we'd need to upgrade them into... we need to give them a structural upgrade first. So we need to make a structural upgrade, which actually isn't that big of a deal. Okay, I'll tell you what, just to quickly solve this problem so that we can get on with other stuff, I'm going to make all the relevant upgrades. So we need one structural upgrade, one second level structural upgrade, and then the void upgrade, which should give us enough slots. For now, I'm just going to make these upgrades for our worst offenders because we don't need to do this to all of them. Some of them aren't even close to getting full. Maybe though while we're doing it we may as well. I'm going to grab a bunch of wood and a bunch of iron and some redstone and then set to work on it. Yeah, I'll probably use the windmill to make it a lot faster. I'm just going to take advantage of these big trees and I'm going to vein mine them and that'll get us basically everything we need. I mean, it's not great. We're absolutely destroying this enchanted forest. Oh, there must be a spawner in the tree. Or I don't really know how it works, but there must be a spawner nearby anyway. Yeah, it's looking less and less enchanted by the second. The reason my camera's doing that, by the way, is I keep walking over hallucinogenic mushrooms, which causes my camera to go insane. It is great to be in a position where the problem you're having is caused by the fact that you have too many resources. They're not useful resources. I mean, it's stuff like flint that is causing the problem. But they're still resources, you know. It's good to have had that problem for such a long time, where you have too many, don't have enough resources. It's great to have loads now. We needed more oak wood, so that's all going now. It's really, really effective, this windmill or crafting. You can't leave it to go for too long because it eventually stops with the pattern. Like for some reason the pattern just shuts down after a certain amount of time. But for doing big crafting tasks like this, well, I accidentally made 8 buttons that we didn't need. But for doing big crafting tasks like this, it's actually really helpful. That should be plenty of the structural upgrades, so I'm going to take these and put them in our inventory. And now that we can make the second level upgrades, which were the same pattern, but with iron instead of wood. We need at least as many second level as we have first level, because you have to upgrade from first to second. So let's grab a ton of iron. Whoops, I knocked out the... I accidentally knocked out the barrel. It's taken me quite a while to get enough stuff out of my inventory to fix the problem. Now we need to get all of this stuff out and then time it right so that we can get... that's a pain in the ass. I won't be able to set that to locked for quite a while until all this stuff is cleared because my inventory's too full. Well, let's continue making iron. There was actually already a ton of iron in the inventory here, like literally tons and tons of iron. And the problem was that we were having, the reason it wasn't automatically being processed is because these two were connected. I must have missed that. But it's fixed now anyway, so this iron will be processed. And there was actually even still iron melting in here. So I'm going to chuck this stuff we've got in because I don't want to keep it in my inventory. But, well, we're definitely good for iron. Almost 4 stacks is good enough for right now, but by the time we're done doing the next step, we will be ready to go back and grab the rest of that iron. So we have almost 4 stacks, so let's put this iron in and then it'll make the rest that we need. There you go, that's exactly the right amount. So now I'm going to put all of this redstone in there. I'm going to get rid of all these structural upgrades so that they're out of our inventory. And let's do the most important stuff first and we'll work our way back. Okay, I've just hit every wall while holding shift, which is how you apply these upgrades. Well, you don't actually have to hit every single wall and hold shift. I think I've gotten every single one now. Yeah, they've all got little symbols in the top left hand corner that tells you what upgrade level they are. Now I can put in the second level. I don't know how, we don't have quite enough second level upgrades. I'm going to make some more. I thought I'd made plenty. Ah, there's still some in here, that's why. Okay, all of these are second level now. I'm going to store this away. I've grabbed the obsidian we mined earlier, so we need to make a huge amount of pistons. That should be good for wood. Okay, there you go. Automatic piston production. Just need to give it more iron. 64 pistons should be a good amount. I'll take this off then. And now we can put in one piston here, and some obsidian, and it should get started. Okay, there you go. Now we've done this, we should take all this stuff out, because otherwise this will stop working for flour production. Let's put our redstone back. So basically this upgrade, anything extra that goes on top of the stack, anything that's too much, it just gets chucked away. I'm going to put this on the ones that generate too fast to keep up with. There you go. And probably on bone meal. Okay, in the end I had enough to put it on basically everything, which is great. Let's just chuck the stuff we don't want now. So this is all resolved now. All of these basically have a little, all of these basically have that same upgrade on. So even though we are maxed out on our production and our storage for these crystals, well, they're all gone now, they just disappear. Basically, they get, if there's too much, they get put over. If we take some out, when they're recreated, they'll be put in. Anything over 64 will be destroyed, and that's fine because we don't need over 64. And the same for flint. So that problem is resolved, and now we can get back to what we really want to do, blow things up. I'm not going to make more TNT right now because we actually have a ton of this stuff. What I am going to do is go and destroy the ever-living hell out of the... ever-living hell? I don't think I've ever used that phrase before. Go and destroy the ever-living hell. Or is it ever-loving hell? Whatever, I'm going to blow this thing up. Let's just start shoving this stuff down. Okay, I think that's enough TNT to be getting on with for now. I don't want to end up... Well, I should probably put some here as well. It looks like it's a bit bare. I don't want to end up with a situation where we use all of it to get down just a little bit. We need to get down quite deep. So I'm going to do like sort of blow it up layer by layer. Let's set one off and then run. Because it should be quite a lot of explosion. Okay, that was quite effective. Still lots of places to blow up though. Oh, this doesn't go. Good. And I saw there's like a... Yeah, there's this bit here needs to be blown up. Oh, that's good. We found there's actually another cavern going off here. That'll really improve the size of this and save us a lot of work. I'm going to make sure that we blow through to this cavern. Okay, that's the rest. This place is absolutely littered with TNT. Let's pick here and then fly away. I also put some TNT on here so we can clear out. Okay, it's really becoming quite cavernous in here, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Let's check the rest of our TNT generation stuff, and then if not, we'll go and make some more. Only 4 TNT, which is a shame. And nothing really from here. This is definitely too slow. What a shame. Okay, let's go make our own. Going to give the sand all of the speed upgrades so we get more stuff faster. But so far we've got 4 stacks of gunpowder, 3 stacks of gunpowder, which is good enough. Okay, half a stack of TNT. Oh, it's actually dust that gets you gunpowder, and it's a 7% drop. So let's put the speed upgrades in the gunpowder, actually. Which is fine, because dust is actually one of the things we produce the most of. It also gives our gravel storage some time to get back together. Although I realise this is showing a barrel on the front. I don't know how it's happening. This is actually gravel. We haven't got 43 stacks of barrels. We have 43 stacks of gravel. So I don't really know what's happening there. I'm just going to leave it. There we go. I fixed it. I just took it out. Power situation is still great. We generate a ton of power. This has... Oh, it's actually getting low on fuel, but that's fine because this has been producing plutonium like really regularly. So as soon as we have the opportunity, it's going to make a ton of plutonium. And I think there is... Yeah, there's yellowite in here. The reason it's not being processed because it was being turned into sky. I was using it to generate skystone. This yellorium will be processed and put into the reactor, which is really, really good. Well, let's put this TNT that we have down. Not much, but it'll do. Oh, actually, I do have another idea. This one's a stupid idea though, so forgive me if it goes badly. What I'm thinking of doing is going and grabbing the creeper that we have inside of our festive creeper spawner, because he's not really doing anything for us right now. Like, we're not getting much TNT out. We can check, but I don't think we'll have much. Tiny amount of gunpowder. Actually, not a bad amount of gunpowder. Let's try this though first. I'm thinking of going in there, since the system's not really working anyway. We're going to grab this. Didn't die doing it. That's nice. Always nice when that happens. And then, this is stupid. Let's go here, put him down. And then we'll stand here, and he'll fire TNT at us. This actually might work far better. We could probably get a hole all the way to bedrock like this. And since I'm flying, he can't actually hit us. Yeah, I think this works. And when I'm done with him, I will just recapture him and move to another place. I just saw some diamond go. Yeah, I'm not going to go down and get that. This is working too well for now. Okay, we're at bedrock, so let's move over a little bit. Can you still see us? Let's set this to capture mode and get him back. This is a pretty effective method. No, don't blow yourself up. No, 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 no. I'm going to capture him before he hurts himself. No. Stupid creeper. Okay, let's. I think that the situation we had over there, where he was in a cage trying to get out, that one worked pretty well. I want to make sure that happens again. Did we actually not capture him? Oh, we didn't capture him. I'm gonna go see if we can get another one from our spawner. Oh, I didn't realize I hadn't set these off. Okay, let's try and get another super creeper. So, what I'm about to do is not very intelligent. I was lucky the first time. I had to go in there briefly because we lost our reinforced glass. Hopefully I won't die from this. Yeah, we lost our reinforced glass, so I had to go in and get it. And I'll need to do that anyway when we get the creeper that we want. Set this to capture. Shame there's no light in there. It makes it really hard to see what I'm shooting at. Oh, that sounded like a creeper drop, but not the right kind of creeper. You have to be really careful about this area and concussion creepers. If a concussion creeper goes off, they blow every other mob into the surrounding area. Honestly, I'd rather see one spawn wild than ruin a mob spawner. Let's go check on the gunpowder reserves. Okay, 2 stacks basically. So you guys know what I'm doing now. I'm going to go ahead and finish off this area. I'll be back when we've blown down to bedrock, and that'll basically involve me going AFK while our gunpowder levels go up, and then coming back and doing this all over again, and well, over and over really, which is fine. It's fun, but it's just that it takes a while. So now you've seen how it works, I'm going to do it. We're back, and I have some shears and a ton of zombie flesh because I would like to put dirt on the bottom of our hole, which sounds awful. I'm going to get as much leaves as possible, as many leaves as possible. And the reason for this is that you can actually make dirt pretty easily from sand, zombie flesh, and leaves. But I need to, well, that's all of our shears. I need to get the leaves for that. So we are going to go see the hole in a second. It took a long time and a lot of grinding, but well, we did it. And hopefully I'll never have to do it again. I'm going to put the dirt in and then we will see. In the end, the best strategy was to make a ton of TNT at once and then put it all down in like a huge block. And then just blow it up. And I mean like four blocks thick. And blow it up and let it smash the area to bits. And I did that just over and over and over again. And finally it paid dividends. So if we put this here, it should make, yeah, it's going to make dirt, which is great. So I can just shove this all in here. The only reason I'm making dirt like this is that it just saves us the hassle of having to go dig it up. We will probably have to dig it up eventually. It's just that it also reduces the size of any quarry we use to dig. I don't want to go destroying our world for the sake of getting enough dirt. Okay, there's some more zombie flesh you can have. There's enough dirt for a tiny amount of the bottom of this crater. Let's sleep and then I will show you. So the methodology I told you about, it does come with a few small risks, and those risks are essentially if you place your TNT in the wrong place, once it's set off, there's nothing you can really do about it, and it's going to fly just everywhere. And I'm going to do my best to keep it off camera so that I can reveal it in a second. That means that if you place it too high up, for example, too close to the surface, and the TNT goes off, you have no way of stopping it from basically destroying the whole surface. That means that if you put the TNT too high and it goes off too close to the surface, you have no way of stopping it from destroying the surface, which means this crevasse is a little bit wider than we remember. Not a huge amount, but I didn't really want to affect that. So, this is the crevasse. Bom bom bom. It's quite dramatic, isn't it? I tried to preserve some cool features. Like once I saw this sort of like loop, I decided not to touch this area again. I'll probably blow up this wall here to make a little bit more space this way. I think it's spacious enough. I cleared out a little bit of the upper areas to make sure there were no like hanging rocks or rocks in strange places like this one. But I mean, basically this is it. It does need some cleanup, but I want to keep it looking a bit cavern-y, and this certainly looks cavern-y. So the way I'm going to handle this is I'm not going to bother filling in... Oh, we blew up the side of our waterfall. I tried to fill it in, but in the end it looked nice enough. So, sorry, we blew up the side of the lake up there and it became a waterfall. So the way I'm going to handle this bedrock is just that I'm going to put this on the layer above the last layer of bedrock, and then that is going to be our floor. So it'll be like this. Rather than filling in all the spaces. I know it'll be space for monsters to spawn, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, that's all the dirt we just made. So we're going to take a while doing this. I'm going to look for an area that we can quarry dirt and it won't be an issue. I think this is that area. Because a lot of this place is just bare stone anyway, so when we turn it into bare stone, like by taking all the dirt off, it won't look too bad. So I think we should just get started. Wow, it's so fast just to mine it. It's so much easier. It is a bit destructive, and I'm not a fan of the way it works out in the world. That's one of the reasons I always try and automate. Apart from my laziness, it's also to do with the fact that if you spend too long mining and make huge projects, or projects that are quite intensive, you will end up eventually with a world that is just like one massive quarry. I usually try and just automatically generate anything I can, but this is a very fast way of getting dirt, I'll admit. Let's put this down and see how it looks. Okay, that's all the dirt we dug up. Basically we'll have to dig up that entire hill, maybe a bit more, probably a bit more, and then we'll be able to fill in the dirt around all these places. I will say the only problem with this method, like this filling in the dirt, instead of going into the bedrock or going on like 2 layers deep or something like that, we don't have much leeway if we wanted to, for example, put a river or a lake in, and we do want a river or a lake. So there may need to be some changes to this, and I'm not sure how I'll handle it, but I guess I'll think about it. But we will be putting a river or a lake in somewhere, so we'll see what to do about that. I think I'm going to end this episode here because it's been quite long. But in between this episode and the next episode, I'm going to dig up all the dirt and finish putting it in this area, so that next episode we can get to work on the things we want to do with the dinosaur revival mod. In this episode, then, we've made this giant hole and started to fill it in with dirt, which seems counterproductive. We've also made this town hall, and that doesn't seem like much. We also started on getting some dinosaurs, which is great. I think I just threw my shovel. That's exactly the opposite of what I wanted to do with my shovel. God, I spent the longest amount of time looking for that shovel. Yes, we also got started working on the dinosaur stuff, and obviously we need more fossils to do that, but we're almost there. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with our progress. We're already starting to fill back up on gunpowder and sand, so if we wanted to we could blow up some more stuff, but honestly I've completely and totally had my fill with blowing stuff up today. Oh, and I forgot, we also fixed our storage system so that we now have a lot more storage capacity, or at least a lot less problems with storage, so when these guys fill up we won't lose everything. Now that we've done most of our blowing up, I'm going to fix this because everything was going quite slowly. Because we fixed our storage issue, we've now got enough Yellorium again to continue running. So there you go. I'm pretty happy with the situation. I'm going to go over to the giant hole and we'll end the episode now that I've got my charged shovel back. Well, we'll leave it here. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Gesture of None. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment below if you've got any ideas or suggestions. I look forward to having this area finished so that we can move on to the actual dinosaur stuff, which will be, I guess, in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.